Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Vanakkam, and a warm welcome to my channel, The Visionary Parent, Empowering Parent-Child Relationships, and welcome to the series of Insight from Experts. I am your host, Apurva Tare Yadwadkar. I'm an inner child healer and a child psychology coach. I am on a mission to help 1 million parents heal their inner child, help them build a vision for their children, and hence empower their relationship with them. Today, in the Wisdom from Experts series, I have invited a very special guest, a friend, and my colleague, a finance guru, Vivek Gangadhar. But before I call him on the stage to share some thought-provoking finance tips and value nuggets, let me introduce him to you. He is a chartered accountant having 2 decades of corporate experience, which empowered him to help working professionals and entrepreneurs to simplify their personal finances. He has already helped 5,000 plus individuals and encourages couples to get involved in their financial planning together. His mantra for his various speaking engagements and coaching sessions is to start with addressing the elephant in the room, which is the fear about investments, not earning enough and saving enough. Well, his forte is to give simple yet long-lasting solutions for your financial portfolio. His zero debt model and financial fitness programs ensures that people never commit financial mistakes ever again and witness their monetary growth to the exponential level. He firmly believes that no one has to ever go through any financial struggle if finances are taught in the most interesting way and people learn from the right mentors. Helping us today understand how and when to introduce finance in our children's lives, please help me welcome my dear friend, colleague, our very own finance guru, Vivek Gangadhar, aka Vivji. Hello, Vivji. Thank you so much for joining me in this series of Insights from Experts. I am truly honored to have you here.
Thank you so much, Apurva. Namaste, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good night. Whatever time zone that you are, whichever part of the world that you are seeing in, remember one thing. Finance is sexy. Finance is easy. Okay. And in this 1 hour or whatever time this particular recording is going to go for, you will be truly empowered to learn finance the right way. Okay. So thank you so much, Apurva, for having me over. And it's really a great thing because if I have a vision of making India financially literate, I cannot do it alone. I need people like you to spread the knowledge, and our viewers who are viewing it. You help spread the knowledge about this. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vivji. So, Vivji, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. And here goes my first question to you is, who exactly is Vivek Gangadhar and how this mission of financial fitness came into existence?
Good one. So I'm a Bangalorean, okay, born and brought up here by choice. I've lived here. Married, I've got 2 beautiful daughters. See, I'm actually having a good life now. Okay, I'm, honestly speaking, earning from around 9 different sources of income, right, on a consistent basis. But it didn't happen overnight. It has taken over maybe 20 plus years for me to get here. Okay, so 2001 is when I lost my dad, right, in a very, very bad way in an accident. And having to lose your father in your own arms is not a good sign, right? But though I underwent through that, a lot of emotional stress, but what really happened after that is what changed me as a person. Because until then, I was raised a wealthy kid. I was like spoiled for choices. I had money, whenever I wanted, my parents would just give. It was like that. But then with these sudden breaks in your life, as what people say, the universe gives these breaks, right? Take some people away or put some other unfortunate incidents in your life. That's where the experiences have come in and actually play a big role in transforming it. This is exactly what has happened with me few times in my life so far. Okay, I'm 41, but when I'm 21, when I lost my dad, the next 1 year or 2 years after that, the struggles I went through, right? You see, my dad also was a chartered accountant. Okay, he used to manage wealth and finances for his clients, right? And in the capacity of a CA, he used to also run a business, doing good. but he didn't have enough time to manage his own personal finance. That's the irony, right? And then what happened is that, not having enough insurances, when he lost the kind of money that, insurance company paid us because we were missold. Okay, we were being the victims of, agents selling us, wrong insurance products, and that kind of, policy. Few of them got, rejected, claims got rejected and all that. And came to a point where people who had taken money from my dad, okay, they just vanished. And the people who had given money to my dad, they started knocking at my door every day for the next 1, 2 years. What do I do? 21-year-old kid, right? There was no guidance, there was no mentor support, though, family members came in. But when it comes to this financial issues, I think it's like a gladiator, right? You got to,
Yeah.
battle it out yourself. That's what happened with me. And then I had to, take the decision of kind of selling everything that we had, and came to a point where I didn't have really money to eat, and I didn't have a house to live, right? And with my mom, who comes from a village background. So that is when I decided that never ever in my life, whomever I touch upon, I will make sure money works for them. I will make sure that they never have to trouble. They never have to struggle really, right? So that's me. That's my calling, and that's why I go so deep into really making personal finance easy, because I don't want anyone to suffer. I have suffered, and after that, I've been in a corporate for almost good 18 years. Right, worked for HP, Hewlett Packard, JP Morgan Chase Bank, and AXA Technology, AXA Insurance, sorry, and then DXA Technology. I've also been a founder of three failed businesses. Okay, one was a startup. It was a good one. We got funded good money, exited, right, and then it's like life has been a roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's not been the same. So these experiences and meeting with some good people, I have learned all these things, invested heavily into my education on personal finance, and that's how I'm making it easy for people. That's me, Apurva, to put it shortly.
Wow, this is truly heartwarming, Vivji. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. I'm sure that being a CA and a finance coach, money and finance has played a major role, like you mentioned that you had to go through a lot. But what I would like to understand is what childhood experiences of yours has not given the right financial results in your life? Obviously, we will learn how to start finance education for children, but how difficult was it for you?
Okay, so basically, what happens is, for me, everything came in easy, right? In my childhood, right? My dad and mom, they took good care of me, right? And my sister also. They gave us what we wanted. So the experience there was that money comes easy to me. That was a good one, right? But but the most important missing link was, if the money has to come easy to you, you got to take the right action, right? And what right action? Maybe investing right, right? Or managing money correctly, or
Hmm.
having a good protection, right? And making sure, if even if you're going for a debt or a loan, right? Making sure all these things are, had to be learned. So that is something which I didn't learn, right? Maybe, I had clues that time, learn, but I didn't,
Hmm.
so that is one thing. And second thing was, rich people, wealthy people means there's always a crime behind it. Without crime, they cannot earn money. That is, has been one
Yeah.
of the, childhood experience, right? And as I mentioned earlier, right, having lost, dad and mom mismanaging the funds, and a bit of, gambling also coming in, and thinking that, stock market also is a gamble, right? These are the things which actually had stopped me from a long time to really, unlock my own potential, right? And once you start getting into the with the right group of people and learning from them, is all what makes a difference. And most important, Apurva, I request every one of our viewers here, okay? There are some great books, The Richest Man in Babylon,
Well,
The Psychology of
money.
Money, and very soon you'll be seeing my books also on the stand. You can actually pick that up, okay? There's one
Wow.
more book I recommend, which is Think and Grow Rich. These are the things which has helped me to overcome all those childhood experiences, and also, of course, see, learning about finance, hey, you have to manage like this, you have to manage your money, you have to invest like this, that everyone talks. It's hugely available on the net, right? Is it not? So many courses
Absolutely.
out there. but still people are not able to take actions. Why? That's where I've gotten into much deeper.
Yeah.
Because money has two legs, IQ and EQ, intelligent quotient, and the other is the emotional quotient. If you don't handle the emotional quotient very well, no matter whatever intelligence is there, it's going to render you not to take the right actions. So this has been a great learning for me in this journey, and these are the things how I've kind of overcome.
Right.
Invested
And
myself in mentors. Yeah, most importantly, invested
absolutely.
myself with mentors. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what I truly feel is that we millennials, especially, we have been conditioned and we have been listening to certain sentences, right? And that's what make us for who we are today. So absolutely,
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, Virji. But then what do you think that when exactly should you introduce this finance education in our children's lives? Because we are going to, talk a lot with parents when it comes to financial education, and many parents are absolutely clueless on when exactly to introduce the finance education in our children's lives.
It should actually start even before they're born, when they're in the womb. Really,
Oh,
I'm not joking. It might sound a little crazy,
no,
okay?
I
But imagine this, yeah. Uh, it's said. See, I practice Vipassana, one of the ancient form of technique of meditation, right? There also I learned this topic, a concept of how what happens to a child when the child is in the womb, the kind of things what a mother does, the kind of things the father does, right? The kind of music they listen to, the kind of food they eat, right? All these things has a impact on how the child's brain is developed, the thoughts and mind gets developed over a period of time, right? So during that childhood itself, imagine if parents are on a daily basis talking about, hey, you know what, we earn this money this month, this is our budget. The introducing the word budget in a child's head is super duper beneficial for the child. Okay.
okay.
Then, hey, this is where we invested. We lost this money. Hey, but it's okay. We're going to recover. We're going to take the corrective actions, right?
Mhm.
So while, parents keep talking about it openly, right? Even at the childhood experience, when the child is born or even when the child is growing up, that is where the child learns. You know what? I have two daughters, okay? My elder daughter, Nitila, is 13 and my younger one is 9, Twisha. When I tell them that, hey, listen, guys, I have a webinar I'm doing, I have a lot of people I'm interested to and all that. And when I tell this to Twisha, my younger one, she's like, Papa, please I don't understand, right? This is a good learning for me. When I try to teach her that, listen, this is what it is and all that, she didn't understand. But then you know what I did? Once she came, Dad, yes, I want to buy a gift for my friend, birthday gift. I'm like, okay, what do you want to buy? I want to buy that or this and all that. I told her, first thing, what's a budget? How much have you kept money aside for that? That's when she learned what budget means. You have to keep aside money for that particular purpose, right?
Right.
And then she's like, okay, this is the budget. I said, okay, then look at the option, buying and all that. Then I told her, then how much money do you have, Twisha? She's like, in my piggy bank, I have around, 2,000 rupees. And this particular thing was costing 800 bucks. I told her, out of 2,000 rupees, if you're spending 800 rupees for this, where's the money left to invest? She's like, what is invest? Right? I told her, if you keep the money in the piggy bank, will the money double or grow? No, why will it? Yes, if you do, would you like your money to grow, become double? She's like, yes, yes, yes. That's why you should not just keep in a piggy bank or in a bank. You should take that money and invest. There are various ways of investing. That's when she understood the concept of investing and returns coming in, right? And then I also asked her, see, if you're spending 800 rupees on 2,000 rupees money that you have, what's the percentage? 40% you're spending money, okay? But maximum you should spend is only 10%. She's like, what is percentage? Then I told her, I showed her some calculations, small examples. She understood. 9-year-old child. Then I told her
Wow.
10% maximum you should keep aside for fun. These are all under fun, which means your budget is only 200 rupees. She understood and she brought that down in her mind to 200 rupees and she chose a product for 200 rupees.
Wow. So the purchase
Okay,
has to be
so
done in the mind first.
yeah, exactly. So it is not what we teach the kids because they will see how we are handling our money. Okay, because
Wow.
that's how they learn from our actions, not our words, especially when it comes to money. That's my key takeaway in this point.
Awesome. But Virji, just one quick question.
Mm.
If like nowadays digitization is boom, right? Everywhere we just pay in Google Pay or online. how do you convey that to your child when you're spending? Or because if it's a money, if it's the notes, then it's easy, they can understand it. But then when it's digitized form, it is a bit difficult to make them understand, right?
So true, so true. In fact, it's not only for them, even our parents, they find it difficult to sometimes to fathom that. So
Yeah.
what we do is, I mean, I wish I had something to show you. Simple. What I did was I have some the short glasses at home. Yeah, six of them.
Okay.
I just painted different colors: red, blue, green, yellow, like this, bright, vibrant colors, right? And then give them one 50 rupees note, one 20 rupees note, 10 rupees note, 100 rupees note, like this, different notes, right? And on that, I'll tell red means it's the money that you can spend maximum for your fun, okay?
Okay.
And if
Okay.
it's blue, that's the money that no matter what, you have to invest. From there, the money should get emptied and you have to invest. Okay. And then if it's yellow, then this is the maximum amount of money, or this money you have to spend towards educating yourself. Because if you don't learn, you cannot earn, right? And
Yeah.
then different color, so it's like bucket system, right? And once you give the physical, and forget glasses, you can just take their toys, kids' toys, tell them who are your favorite characters. Usually, what happens, something or the car will be there, that one is there, right? Tell car means it'll become bigger car, so that means it's investment, like this, right? Include
Right.
them, make it like a game. But as parent, if we have to make it as a game, we need to understand that game better first,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So true. So true. I totally agree. And coming, which brings me to the next question is like, do you think parents have a role in teaching finance to children? Like, since childhood, we have been conditioned to think like money is not everything, or money cannot buy happiness, or money doesn't grow on trees. Yet we live for money. Do you think it is easy to earn money? Like, do words that one hear as a child has an impact in that child's earning power?
Oh, I think it's one of the most powerful question you asked, Apurva. Very well, asked. So, first of all, I think you have three questions here. Let me address one by one.
Mhm.
First is, parents have a role in teaching finance to the children. It is our primary responsibility. We want our children to have a good life or whatever, right? And we want our children to learn good habits. We want our children to, have a respectable life, get in good profession, right? Maybe get a job or do business, right? I mean, unfortunately, very, very few families, very few parents talk about business and teaching children business right from beginning, right? Most of us are conditioned to get education, get a degree, get a job. And
Yeah.
again, job is not bad. Job is also good, but there's an extent to which you can go. But if you are ready to live there, it's okay. But if you want to expand, right, and have more people coming to you and work, you have to get into business. Now, coming to this question of, parents have this primary responsibility of teaching finance to their kids. Period. Because who do kids learn from? Number one, parents. Number two, teachers. Okay. And number three are uncles, aunts, relatives, whomever they meet. Right. And
Mhm.
fourth is through their friends and what their friends say, words.
Hmm.
Okay. So imagine a case where one of the spouse wants to do business, wants to do startup, wants to earn more money. But the other spouse, might be wife or husband, doesn't matter who. The other spouse is that wants only safety net, only salary. Imagine that if the clash is there, what the children will go through when they're growing up. They'll start thinking, oh, my parents are actually having this clash because the concept is about money. That means money is the root of evil,
Yeah.
right? And when unfortunately, Apurva, such a sad feeling it is, and it happened with me in my life also. Husband, I imagine at the time of getting married, just before getting married, okay, they say prenup agreement in the US, right? Here, imagine we have a couples financial fitness agreement, right? And imagine there, someone like me sitting with the couple, okay, husband and wife, giving them a guidance saying that, listen, once you're married, this is going to be like this. This is the way it's going to be. You earn, this is the way. You have an operating model. I call it as FOM, financial operating model, okay, personal
Okay.
financial operating model. Define that. have both of them get aligned to the same thought, their life will be, I mean, amazingly wealthy. There is no room for any fight because, you know what? You'll not believe this. Throughout the world, 99% of the divorce cases are because of money. Throughout the world, right? Imagine if parents have been taught this way, and the thing is, we are not being taught why? Because our parents and teachers. Can we blame them? No.
No.
They did the best they could with best information they had. So it is our responsibility, your responsibility to learn the right way, and so that you leave that for your generations to come,
Right.
right? Now, second question that you asked is so important. Do you think it's easy to earn money? Of course, earning money is the easiest. You know what? It's like water, Apurva. Water, right? It just flows. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But imagine there's a clog in a pipe, or the pipe itself is squeezed in the middle somewhere. What will
Hmm.
happen? The flow gets slow or it gets interrupted.
Yeah.
The same thing works with money. So, our childhood experiences and what we listen, the words, right? These are all the clocks that we have built up in our minds, right? They just don't let the money flow into us. What we instead do, we keep seeking from outside that let me earn more money. Why my manager is not giving me more money? Why my customers are not converting? Right? Or think of this as an example. Okay, imagine you're building a sturdy body for a car, beautiful Ferrari or big Range Rover or something, amazing body, yeah. But what's the point when the engine is not oiled well enough, or
Yeah.
it's too greasy, right? What's the point? Because the vehicle will not run its full capacity, right? Same thing. So it is time for us to change our beliefs about money. And then what will happen once you have the belief system change, and it's possible. There are ways, various techniques and ways to do it. Okay. Very soon you'll hear my podcast and my few other videos covering all these things. Once the belief system is changed, then the attitude towards life and towards money will start changing. Then once you follow that up with consistent, persistent, progressive actions, one small step at a time, you will actually build your own money waterfall in your life.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the same lines, Vijay, just this is something which is really personal to me because I have been through, those past conditionings and all. So I would really like to ask, like, uh, past conditioning blocks us from achieving greatness, and like we discussed, like there are beliefs. We can see our generation, especially the millennials, had a lot to unlearn and relearn, right? A lot partly because of the education system and the ancestral imprints that we are still carrying.
Hmm.
Would you like to throw some light on it?
Yeah. Oh, so basically your past conditioning, right? Amazing. See, basically whatever we talk about past conditioning, where is it? Where when we say, hey, it's conditioning in your mind, it's actually in your subconscious.
Yeah.
Subconscious mind is something which is like a uh, look at an organization. You have a company, you have a CEO who will take actions, right? But the major decisions are made by the board of directors, right? So
Mhm.
your CEO, the part of the brain and the mind's conscious is only 5%, but 95% of the decisions are taken at your subconscious mind level. So you got to handle there, right? So I'll tell you one example. Recently, I met with a prospective client of mine. Um, yeah, he works for a company and he's working for a good bank. Right? When I asked him, "Hey, what's going on?" Right? He's like, "Vivek, I have that issue, this issue, and I have that loan, and my investments. I don't think so. It's doing good, but I earn decent money and all that." Like, okay, good. I asked him, "Are you married?" He's like, "Yes." He got details about his family. Then I asked him, "What does your mom do? What did your father do? Right? And how about your grandparents? Right? How about your wife's side parents? Right? And how about your siblings? What they all do?" All these things are very important because these are the things that beliefs the system. After once we having this discussion, I realized with 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, I realized the block that he had. Okay? Basically, he wanted me to tell him his current investments are the correct. I asked him where. He said, "I bought from LIC that policy, this policy." I said, "Okay, talking about policies, which is fine, but where are your investments?" That only. I said, "How is your insurance policy investment, my friend?" Okay. Then I realized his mom works for New India Assurance Company. Okay. So what happens is, I mean, I'm not saying that all insurance policies are bad or there should be only insurance. There are some investment linked ones. They're doing very well, in fact, right? But then his mom has got, that habit of really putting whatever money she gets extra, okay, save it in savings bank first of all, says. Then convert that into fixed deposits only, and then buy LIC policies. This one. So if I look at the pattern, same pattern he has picked up, past conditioning. And that pattern is what? Only safety. I don't want
Hmm.
any risk. I want it to
Yeah.
be completely risk free. I'm okay with this. But then I asked, if that's the case, why are you looking for more returns? No, I want more returns. Okay. Why? He's like, no, I want to buy that. I want to buy this. I said, what are your financial goals? First thing is like, I rolled up, left, right. Financial goals. I want to earn a lot of money. Like, okay, good. How much? Doesn't have a number in mind. Okay. I want
I
to earn
think
a lot of
that's the
money.
case with
Okay.
many people.
No, no, no. Listen, Apurva. It was the case with me also. Same thing. ज्यादा पैसा कमाना है बड़ा गाड़ी बड़ा घर अच्छा यार सोचो why can't you think of instead of बड़ा घर imagine I let me have small multiple properties which is giving me passive income rentals. Why not that? When that happens बड़ा घर बड़ा गाड़ी all these things is by it's a byproduct. It will happen, right? We've not been taught that way, right?
Yeah.
So this is one thing which I figured out. Okay, one of the past conditioning. See, basically, there are two emotions that are at play for a human being. Okay, in every area of your life. And when it comes to money, it's the fear and greed. Either you're too scared of something or you're too greedy. I want more and more. Right? At these two areas, money doesn't exist. Money is somewhere in between, where you have an equanimity in your mind. Okay,
Hmm.
have a good emotional balancing, aspects. That's when, because fear is the killer of growth, and greed pulls you down even deeper, further.
Yeah.
One last sentence I would like to point out here, Apurva, is that with the right personal finance knowledge, that is unfortunately which is not imparted by even the premier institutes of India. You told right, the education system. Okay.
Absolutely.
See, I'm a CA, right? But our institute teaches various other things which are like going to make us expert. But personal finance is something which is an area which is a gap, right? If at all it's learned the right way from the right people, one can really change the belief and the past conditioning about money. Okay, remove those fears and kill that greed. Result will be what? Expansive money mindset, raking in acres of diamonds for you. Yeah.
Wow, incredible, Arti. Thank you so much for sharing that. But when it comes to, children, like, uh, how can we start the finance education? Like, what are the fundamentals, basically?
Okay, if you allow me to share my screen, there's something I want to teach.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Are you able to see this?
Yes, absolutely.
ABC of personal money. It does not mean it's only for children, even for parents. You have to learn this. Okay. Basic fundas are very simple. Here, this is what I usually do in my webinars, right? I tell people how to live life with big pride. Who does not like to live full of proud, not being egoistic, but with big pride? What is this big pride formula when it comes to personal money? Okay. BIGPRID, all of them have something linked to it. What it is, let's look into it. These are the fundamentals. If you learn properly and teach your kids properly, you will be part of the top 1% of the world population who knows it all and who's doing it. And that's exactly what I'm teaching. B stands for budgeting. Learn how to budget well. How much money you earn, how much should be saved, how much should be invested. Saving and investment are different. Out of that, how much you should keep aside for taxes, how much of it you should perhaps put money for educating on yourself, how much of that money maximum you can spend for your business expenses, say for example, right? If someone is a business owner, if it's a salaried person, how much of the money should go towards home loan EMI, how much should go for the car loan EMI, because these are the things that has not been taught. We take decisions based on acha, money is coming in, we'll spend it, right? So in the big pride formula, budgeting is something which everyone has to know, and the right way of budgeting, not something which you just read off the net. No, it will not
Hmm.
work for you. What works for you, Apurva, might not work for someone else,
Hmm.
right? So it has to be through individual consulting. You need to learn the right way. Okay. Then is invest, invest, invest. Know how much to invest, where to invest, how to invest, and most importantly, when to pull out the money. That's an art. Okay. And don't ever invest without having goals, financial goals. Okay. My viewers who was watching all of it right now, every one of us have to have minimum 6 to 8 financial goals. How many?
Straight.
6 to 8 financial goals. Okay. Then without goals, don't invest. Once you have the goals, don't stop, start investing. Okay. This is what's the big BIG in the formula. Now
Hmm.
let's talk about pride. Pride, P starts with an amazing thing called passive income, right? Who does not like
Yeah.
passive income? Like money comes to us even when we are sleeping and when we're eating, right? That's the beauty of it. Then
Yeah.
R is have the right retirement goal plan, and you should have the vision, you should have the visualization. Okay, and then you should also make business. You have business continuity plan. Here, let's say if I pass away, how easy will it be for my daughters, my wife, my family to take over all these things and start running smoothly? That's the important thing because I have suffered 2 years pillar to post running around. Okay? I have a lot of stories of people, chartered accountants also, many people, poor things, the way kind of they've suffered because the husband passed away and all that, right? But yeah, now coming to this pride, PRI, P stands for passive, R is for retirement succession, I is to have the right insurances. All of us have to have minimum three insurances. One is a term cover when it comes to health, life, a good health cover. Even if you have health insurance from your employer, personally, you need to have the right cover, right? And then you need to have a personal accident cover. How much quantum? Many people don't know. They listen to agent or someone banker who may be knowledgeable, but they're trying to sell you where they earn more commission. Okay,
Yeah.
so you should know how to pick up the right amounts, right? Then comes D, debt planning. Debt planning means it's just not like, okay, I know how to manage. No, you should know how much to borrow, when to borrow, how much maximum EMI you can pay for that, and how soon you can become debt free. Everything has to be planned very well. Looking at your. Then finally, emergency fund. If you don't have this, all these guys will go for a toss in case
Yeah.
of emergency, right? And what is the emergency fund? Minimum 6 months of your earning you should keep aside. When you attain this big pride, all these things, then comes financial freedom for you. Then what will happen if you have financial freedom? Obviously, your net worth will keep soaring. No,
Hmm.
your net worth will keep increasing. But however, there are two guys. Okay, two like in any movie, the heroes and villain. No, there are two buggers, villains who'll come and kind of put chaku, stab and all that. Who are they? Tax and inflation. We need
Inflation.
to plan all these things around them. This is what I call as basic fundamentals. Every parent and the first parents have to learn so that they'll be able to teach their children this way. And I'm going to give 5 seconds time here, Apurva, so that our viewers can take a photo of this on their mobile.
Yep.
Five,
This is so
four,
important.
three, two, one. Okay. Yes.
Wow. Wow. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Raji.
You're
I think
welcome.
I mean, there's a lot to learn. Of course, there's a lot more to learn, but due to time constraints, I'm bound to pause at this moment. But any last piece of advice that you would like to give our viewers? I'm sure that today viewers have really learned a lot from you. But any last piece of advice that you would like to give?
Yeah, this can be quite shocking. Okay, when I'm telling this, right? Um, Even if you're just starting off, okay, or you're already an experienced player in this field of personal finance or investing very well on all those things, right? Get financial planning done for you and for your family together by at least four different planners. By at least four different planners. Because maybe what I'm when see what I also tell my clients, right? When I do a 15 days live session with them, I do only live and one-on-one only. I don't do group and there are no recorded courses because personal finance is personal in nature. In that sessions, I tell them, listen, I'm telling you these things, but I also want you to get someone else to take a look at it, review it, and see. because that person's perspective might be something different. That person might have a better knowledge, some other better investment avenue. Maybe I'm also, because this is a journey. It's not like, because I'm a financial planner does not mean that I know everything in the top of the world, right? I'm also getting there, but along there in the journey, I'm taking people along. So first thing is, please see if you can get your financial planning to at least 4 different planners. Next one is, review your personal balance sheet once every 6 months. Every 6 months is enough. Don't need to look at it every day. Review it every 1 in 6 months. Okay. And then remember this, money does bring a lot of happiness, and it is your right to claim this happiness. Okay. Ignorance of money is not an excuse. If money or finances are too difficult for you, hire a trusted advisor, I would recommend. Okay. You see, I have a team of wonderful, very well experienced and extremely friendly advisors. Like when we start, no, we start with the story, what's happening with them. We want to feel connected heart to heart. That's where the real transformation happens. Why? Because our chief aim is to make more and more and more money for you. That's about it.
Wow. Thank you so much, Vivji. I mean, I'm speechless right now, but I am sure that our viewers have learned a lot about personal finance today and how to, go about teaching their own children. Of course, we have to learn it ourselves first, and then we can introduce the same concepts to our children in a much more easier manner, isn't it? So
Yes.
that's it from our side. If you
Just
want
one
to
sec,
join, yeah,
Apurva. Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Just one. I have a bonus. Okay, I have a free,
awesome.
because I don't know. It's just I never planned for it. Okay.
Okay,
What we can do is, in the comment below, let's
yeah,
put some links for our viewers to, maybe if they really want to have me or my team explore and audit their finances and check where they're going wrong, how we can help them to put them on track. I'm willing to give 30 minutes free consulting, personal consulting,
wow.
so they can
I
book
was
it down.
just about to ask you the same. Thank you so much, Vivji. I'll be updating the links in the comment section below. And if you want to join Vivji's community, do join. And if you want to join my community, I will be sharing the link below in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining me today, all of you. Thank you, and I'll see you later.